the slimy, underhanded things that they're willing to do, that the Republicans are willing to do, the depths that they're willing to go, I keep thinking that there are no more surprises, but there are still surprises. For example, North Carolina, which is not like a hotbed of liberalism and progressive politics. North Carolina, when I think of it, one of the first things that comes to mind is that in 2016, North Carolina was like the start of the battleground of bathroom laws regarding transgender people's right to use the bathroom. They restricted bathroom access, and then I believe it was that teenager Gavin Grimm at the time? I mean, he's an adult now, obviously, but I thought that was the Gavin Grimm case. He sued the government for making this law, right? So it's not like North Carolina is the best place in the world to be. They will do dirty, underhanded shit in order to usurp the democratic process. For example, in North Carolina, a state legislator recently was voted in as a Democrat. Her name is Tricia Cotham. She was represented in a new district, like a district that had just recently been created. She was, and it's like a 60% or more Democrat district, and they voted for her as a Democrat. She ran on, women's rights and all these things, pro-LGBT candidate, and she very shortly after being elected switched to a Republican. Like, she ran as a Democrat, got elected in a majority Democrat district that had just been created, and she switched her party, which is just, to me, incredibly fucked up. I mean, it is just very obviously fucked up. And her reasoning was just super pathetic. Let's see. I have decided to change my party affiliation, joining the Republican Party, and I have been welcomed with open arms. She adds that the modern-day Democratic Party has become unrecognizable to me. The party wants to villainize anyone who has free thought, free judgment, has solutions, who wants to get to work to better our state, not just sit in a meeting and have a workshop after a workshop. If you don't do exactly what the Democrats want you to do, they will try to bully you. They will try to cast you aside. So that's a bunch of very broad BS. And like, here's the thing. I've seen this before. Because I recall back in the day seeing people saying that they didn't want to call themselves feminist anymore because the actions of some feminists were reflecting badly on them. They're like, I don't want to call myself a feminist. I'm not a feminist. I don't have anything to do with you all. And I was thinking to myself at the time, like, feminism is a set of beliefs. Like, you don't stop being a feminist because other feminists are doing things that you disagree with. You would stop being a feminist if you stopped having the set of beliefs that everybody deserves free access to, like, everybody deserves public access. Everybody deserves a certain amount of, like, equal wages and all that kind of thing, like equity in the workplace. Like, if you believe in gendered equity generally, then you are a feminist. And it was just so strange to me when people would disassociate themselves with communities based on this, like, club kind of sensation. Like, if you aren't nice enough to me, then I'm just not even going to consider myself a feminist anymore. It's like you either are or you're not. I guess to an extent, like, you either identify as a feminist or you don't. But I don't know. So, but this is the exact same thing, and it strikes me, and it's the same strange tone. It's like, if you leave the Democratic Party because of quote unquote bullying, like, if you don't do exactly what the Democrats want you to do, they'll try to bully you. Like, well, what it sounds like is that you ran as you ran as a Democrat, and then you started doing things like a Republican, and then Democrats got pissed off at you. So if you weren't doing what the Democrats voted for you to do, is kind of what it sounds like. I'm not entirely sure, like, what was the actual thing she got. I think it was some kind of Twitter. Cotham was elected last year as a Democrat after she previously served 10 years in the House from 2007 to 2017. Her campaign website showcases stances typically held by Democrats, including being a champion of LGBTQ+ rights and expanding voting rights. Democrats have lashed out at Cotham over this decision, with many calling on her to resign. I think that there should be an additional election. Like, I think that they should do another election. What was her actual reason? What is it? Has she declared that she's going to vote differently on something? Like, she said she's switching parties, but I don't know what, like, is she going to vote differently? Has she actually said what her positions are? So the main reason why this is so annoying, aside from, like, the fact that it's just annoying to have someone switch parties like this, is that this means that there is now a Republican supermajority in North Carolina. So now, if they tried to pass a shitty conservative law, They have a Democrat governor who would veto it. However, this shift, this one person changing party, if she begins to vote with the Republicans, this is going to result in a veto-proof supermajority so that the state legislature will be able to pass whatever they want, and it won't matter that they have a Democratic government. So here she says, I'm still the same person, and I'm going to do what I believe is right and follow my conscience. I've suffered many attacks since I've been up here, from Democrats in the party, from blasting me on Twitter, to calling me names, to going after my family, going after my children. The party wants to villainize anyone who has free thought, free judgment, has solutions, and we already read this. So she basically says she's gonna keep voting the same. Cotham's decision could be the most impactful in regards to a nationwide trend of increasing abortion restrictions. According to reporting from member station WNC, she would not answer specific questions about a potential ban on abortions after 13 weeks, something which Republicans are said to be considering, but she has insisted she will stick to her values. She claims, she refuses to comment specifically on this potential ban on abortion after 13 weeks. It's not like you're becoming a judge. She's literally going to vote with the Republicans. There's no other reason to switch parties. And like, she's saying, I'll stick to my values, but she's going to vote with the Republicans. So, sucks to be you in North Carolina. Y'all are about to lose the right to abortion there after 13 weeks. And then they're never going to stop at 13 weeks. They're going to keep pushing it further back and back and back. They are legally allowed to make it completely illegal now. That's Roe v. Wade protected against making it completely illegal. So they will probably, in some places, continue to do the incremental, we're only going to make it 13 weeks. Oh, well, now it needs to be 8 weeks. Oh, well, now it needs to be 6 weeks. And other places will just outright make it illegal. This woman is definitely like a traitor on a couple of different levels. Trisha Cotham ran as a Democrat. And now look at her. She's so proud. She's wearing this red dress. Look at that. She's leaning into it. What an asshole. Like, I guess I don't have anything else to add on that. Like, just what a huge fucking asshole. I'll stick to my values. My values are me, money, 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 nom, nom. True. Money, me, and needing a lot now. Money, me, a lot needing now. Happy April. Thank you so much to all of my Patreon supporters. And especially I want to shout out Tiago Nascimento, Mersh Rolvog, Danielle McDonald, Amanda B., R. Halverson, Sarah A., Spooky Heather Sylvia, Michelle Winter, Athiette, Jamie Jam, Wellington Marcus, Elizabeth Bartell, Nova, Sojo, Suzanne Maynard, Mr. Atheist, and Kevin Young.